thanks so much for joining me back on my channel today. I'm gonna show you how to make my quick and easy cherry maple pecan granola. You're not gonna believe how easy it is to make your own granola at home, and if you've done it in the past and not had great success, I promise this recipe will be the one you keep around. It's so easy, and no joke, is way better than anything you could ever buy at the grocery store. Let's check it out. For starters, go ahead and get your oven preheated to 300 degrees. Next, you'll just want to measure out 3 cups of your old-fashioned oats and put them into a mixing bowl. To your oats, you're going to want to add a 1/4 cup of brown sugar. You can use either light or dark brown sugar. I'm using light this time. Now, you'll just want to mix this up to get it well combined. I like to use my hands for this step because a lot of times brown sugar tends to clump. So I just get in there with my hands and get it all evenly distributed throughout the oats. For this next step, you'll want to go ahead and pull out a small saucepan and put it on a burner set to medium-high heat. To this saucepan, we're gonna add a 1/2 cup of maple syrup. I like to use natural maple syrup. I wouldn't recommend using pancake syrup for this one. I like to use organic. And then you will also add in a 1/4 cup of butter. And last but not least, add a splash of vanilla. It's about a teaspoon. You could do a little bit more or a little bit less, up to you. And then just go ahead and get these melted together and combined and bring it to a simmer. Once the ingredients in the saucepan are nicely combined, go ahead and add them to your bowl of oats and brown sugar. Now you'll just want to combine this really well. I like to add a dash of salt into this. You could just do a pinch, whatever you like, and make sure that's well combined. Then go ahead and add in your pecan pieces. I just crumble them up by hand. You could also chop them up finer, but I like having a mixture of large and small pieces in my granola.
Let me drown in your blue-green eyes.
Now, to a parchment-lined rimmed baking sheet, go ahead and pour out your granola mixture onto the parchment paper. Make sure to get this evenly spread out into a nice thin layer before placing it into the oven. You'll pop this granola mixture into the oven for 10 minutes for this first round. Be sure to set a timer.
On your skin, where you been, my love? I'm in love with the salt on your skin.
When your 10 minutes are up, go ahead and remove the granola from the oven and give it a good toss. You'll want to make sure to get it really well tossed so that you aren't getting any burnt pieces at the bottom. And then you'll just spread it back out into a nice, thin, even layer again like you did on the first round.
Let me swim. No, you drive me crazy.
Once you have everything spread out nicely, go ahead and pop it back in the oven for another 10 minutes. Again, be sure to set that timer. You don't want to burn this stuff.
Because I'm in love with the salt on your skin.
Now, you're going to take the granola out of the oven one last time, give it another great toss, and then go ahead and add in your tart cherries. I like using dried cherries. You could also use raisins if you have trouble finding dried cherries, but just trust me, the dried cherries are incredible in this recipe. You won't regret it.
Let's take this love so deep. You and the sea is all.
Once your cherries are mixed in, just spread that mixture out into a thin, even layer again and pop it back in the oven one last time. For this round, you'll want to set your timer for 15 minutes to get that extra bit of toastiness on the granola that is so worth the extra 5 minutes, I promise.
Is all I'll ever need.
After your 15 minutes are up, your granola is finito. Go ahead and pull that granola out of the oven and give it one last good toss, and then spread it back out into that even layer one more time and let it sit to cool at room temperature. Once your granola is nice and cool, just go ahead and add it to an airtight container. This stuff stays good at room temperature when you keep it in an airtight container for at least a couple weeks. However, I guarantee it won't last that long. I like to eat this stuff like cereal. Just pour a little bit in a bowl with some milk and eat it up. It is delicious, but I also really love it combined with my yogurt in the morning with some fresh fruit. It's so good. It's the butter. The butter. I love butter. Seriously, nothing better than this stuff. There you have it. So I told you, it's really easy. And I eat this like every day for breakfast. It's so good and it's such a great little snack to just run by and grab a handful of and drop it in your mouth. It's so good. Let me know if you guys try it out. I would love to hear what you think of the recipe. Let me know if you've made your own granola in the past and what recipe you use as your foolproof version. Thanks so much. I hope to see you guys again soon. Be sure to subscribe below, give me a thumbs up, and let me know what you think about this recipe in the comments below. Thanks. Bye.